In her senior year at Oklahoma State University, Brittany Melton was a standout student, making the grade, getting high-profile internships. Then came a sudden change.
And it felt awesome. I was quicker and my things became prettier, colors were brighter, people were prettier, things smelled better.
But Brittany's mother didn't see the change as better.
It looked like drug use because she was excited and, like early in the morning and until the late hours.
Our relationship started changing. And
it started changing at a time where it should be changing. You're going from young adult into adulthood.
Through a series of psychotic breakdowns, Brittany's problem was diagnosed as severe bipolar 1.
Bipolar and brain disorders that affect the chemicals in your brain, it's a disease. I mean, your heart gets sick, your lungs get sick, your brain gets sick, and that's what this is. I was stunned by that, having had no experience whatsoever. I mean, there are 6 million people in the United States diagnosed dealing with bipolar.
The goal is to get your brain back in balance, your chemicals back in balance, so that you can function.
Brittany now goes back to OSU to help other students struggling with emotional and mental health issues as part of OSU's commitment as America's healthiest campus.
University Counseling Services includes 5 different offices. Some people legitimately do have mental illness. Some people have life stressors that they need help with. Regardless of that, we're here to help meet those needs.
Bipolar strikes 95% of the time between 18 and 23. Those are the years of college, where lifestyle changes, they start drinking, they don't sleep, their eating habits are poor. I mean, I was there, I remember that.
If you think about all the stresses going on typically for that age group, going from home, pursuing your degree, or thinking about what that next step is after college, all those stresses can lots of times exacerbate those mental health concerns that they have.
People don't talk about it because it can be scary, and it can be scary, and that's why we need to talk about it.
Parents, friends, family, lots of times they're going to be able to identify with the student of concern. Something's off, they're not acting the same as they used to.
And it can be embarrassing and scary, and people don't want to talk about that.
Brittany, I am so proud of you for all your courage coming forth and talking to others about the situation you've had and how you've handled it.
That's the thing, I can connect with students, and that's just another resource available to the students that are here.
Wellness encompasses all facets of life. There's so much more help, there's so much more here on this campus. I hope that we can show them a path to get the help they need in all areas.
Mental illness does not discriminate, and it can attack anyone.
If they're sleeping much more or much less than normal, if they tend to be, they're not usually irritable and they're very irritable, if their concentration is waning, where they can't even hold a conversation, things like that. If they're talking about suicide, or if they're talking about hurting themselves in some way, if they're talking about not enjoying things that they typically enjoy, don't be afraid to consult. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to do your research. And if there are concerns, if there's any doubt in your mind, you'll walk them in someplace like the counseling center here. Mental illness is very treatable if we can get on it, and if people are proactive and if people are consistent with treatment.
Today, Brittany is married, co-owns and manages a very successful Oklahoma City store, and manages her bipolar disease.
Just the fact that OSU welcomed her back and acknowledged how far she had come, and that this was just a blip on the radar, was huge for her.
I've known Brittany for several years, and I know she is a firecracker, and I mean that in the best way, because she's very capable, she's energetic, and I think whatever Brittany does, she does to the nth degree.